sorry I'm late. I'm sorry I'm late, y'all. Is Tim and Jeron here? Hey, who's here? Say hello. I completely forgot that I had hey Jeff. I completely forgot that I had a Zoom for my clinic. I just started back doing challenges. And I like to do a kickoff so everybody's kind of clear. Hey, RC, clear with what we're doing. And I, have been sending out emails for 7 o'clock. Whatever, cool sense. I'm like, oh my gosh, I think that's who we're gonna play now. Or are we playing or the Bears playing the Rams? I'm not sure. But anyway, I was like, golly, and I had already kind of confirmed time with Tim and Jeron. So, but we here now. We here now. The ladies end up having questions and things of that nature. So, got to answer the ladies. Hey, Addie Soul. Hey, Esty. Is Tim and Jeron here? Oh, okay. They coming. All right. They was texting me. What's up, y'all? Who saw the game yesterday? Who saw the game yesterday? Y'all see Cool Sense in here talking that mess because the Niners won. 49ers won. I so I have a theory this year when it comes to the Bears. Hey Tim, I'll drop the link in 2 seconds. When I watch with intention, they don't win. When I don't watch with intention, I feel like they win. So I started watching the game yesterday. They, started out pretty good, and then it started getting kind of funky. So I was like, let me turn. So I turned to Snap, and I just watched Snap. Next thing you know, I could fall asleep. My husband screaming. My brother texting me. Seemed like my brother was texting me in the fourth, maybe with 6 minutes to go, and he's like, "Man, I should have bet that the Packers was gonna win, because he do the parlays and stuff like that." So next thing you know, I'm my phone buzzing, and he like, "They won, they won." My husband screaming, it was crazy. Yeah, cool sense. Yep. So that's my win. Starting off already. That's my win. So I want to welcome everybody. And I'm going to drop the link for Tim to come up because he's here already and everything. So, yeah, hey, the good thing about the playoffs, it get good, right? Everybody, they playing to win hard and things of that nature. The sad thing is football season will be over soon. So, I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'll find something to do on Sundays. So, but hey, y'all, hey, this is 3 days in a row for me going live. I went live Friday to tell y'all initially about my catch up with the JW friend. And yesterday I came on here and ran my mouth for 2 hours unexpectedly about the realizations about that. And I think I'm still do a video about that. The people who watch the lives are kind of like the real ones, but I think I'm gonna still do a video about why it's probably not gonna be feasible to remain a friendship, maintain a friendship with. Hey Ray. Hey Todd. Look, Todd and jumped on. Hey, I think they told me your name is Steve. Can I call you Steve SD82? But yeah. I dropped the link, Tim. Do you see it? So that's my win for the week. I got my ladies. Okay, here goes Jeron. What up?
Jeron in the house. What's going on?
What's up, Jeron?
What's going on?
You beat Tim. I guess Tim
What?
didn't see the. Well, he was here. He's here, but I guess he didn't see the link.
He's here in
Okay,
spirit.
huh?
He's here in spirit. The Holy Spirit is upon us. Oh boy. How you doing, T?
All right, how you doing?
I'm doing better than I was a few days ago. I'll tell you that. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured when you responded like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come," I was like, "Okay, he doing better."
Doing better, yo.
There you
Yo.
go. There you go.
Yeah. How's the weather out there? Oh, Tim.
Cold,
What
cold,
up?
What's
cold as
going on, bro?
ever.
What's going
Oh, my
Cold
What's
as
bad.
going on?
ever.
My bad. What's happening?
Not much, bro.
Let's
How you
see.
doing?
Yeah, I was listening to you, T right quick. Bear down.
That's right.
Bear
Okay.
the fuck down. Boy.
Ooh.
Hey,
It was
I'm a
crazy.
Bears fan. And man, I'm telling you, it's a good time to be alive right now.
It is. It is.
Ooh.
Man, seeing all the joy on people's face, here in Chicago, I was like,
Oh,
and it's like, of course, we want them to keep winning, but the fact that they got past these doggone Packers, I'm good. I'm
Mm.
good. We and then my best friend, he's a 49er fan, so I'm kind of talking trash with him this morning. And I said, I wish we could have had this coach and these players with Justin. And he's like, well, it don't mean that y'all would have it. I love Justin Fields, okay? So he's still my quarterback, but respect to Caleb. So
yeah, no, you completely right. I wanted Justin to stay. I didn't want Caleb. But
yep.
now I'm sorry. Hey, they knew what they was talking about. They knew what they was talking about, and they got the right man for the job, okay? They
Yeah.
got the right man. And this is only year one of this system. You know
Yes.
what I mean? So
Yes.
Chicago is gonna be on the scene. We're gonna be talking about Chicago for the next few years. You know,
Yes.
they
I
young.
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is oh man, I lost my voice last night.
I bet you did. I bet you
Yeah,
did.
man, that was unreal.
Yeah.
It's been like a movie this year.
It has. I had posted on my Facebook page. I said, all of us Bear fans are gonna have some type of heart problems by the end of this NFL season.
Shit.
Because every game, like I still feel like I got a little bit of palpitations, and I didn't even watch. I got my brother texting me. I got my husband screaming, so I'm kind of deciphering. I was like going to Google checking the score, but I was like, I'm not gonna watch because I didn't created this superstition that when I watch with intention, they lose. When I don't watch with intention, they win. So, and then my husband kept coming up there saying, "You ain't watching, is you? Don't watch. You ain't watching."
Yeah.
But it
No,
was
Mm.
you're
it was
right.
good.
You're right. That's my I made that comment a few times and text a few people going back and forth with people from Chicago. And it's like the same thing. I said, man, my blood pressure this year has been at an all-time high. My blood pressure been at an all-time high.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
It's like Jeron was with the Celtics.
Yep.
damn
The
Celtics,
Celtics though,
bro.
no, not the Celtics, no, because y'all been winning for a long time. Y'all got enough rings. Y'all good.
Nah. We need more. We need more wins, bro. Well, hold on. So
Oh
listen,
yeah.
I don't like football like that. Is the Patriots still in it or they out?
They
I
playing. They
don't think
playing.
so.
Wait. They playing right now.
Oh, they
Oh,
are.
are they?
They playing the
Because they was doing good
Chargers.
this year.
They
Okay,
playing the Chargers. They playing the Chargers right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
that's the
So
only
next
team I
week,
want.
so
Yeah.
Chicago got the Rams. The LA Rams coming to Chicago. We get to host another game,
Yeah.
and I don't care who we play. The Bears are gonna win the Super Bowl.
Let's
Oh,
do it.
nice.
Let's do it.
Bears gonna win the Super Bowl. That they going
Yeah.
to the Super Bowl. This is a story year. This is all about entertainment too. You know, gotta realize that a lot of
Yeah.
this stuff. I ain't saying it is, but you never know. You know, this is $1 billion industry, so a script is
Mm.
nice. You know, it's like watching a nice script. You know,
You said
a
a
good
script.
movie. A good
So
movie. It's like a good movie.
so here's the thing. I never ever thought that things could be finagled in the NFL until last year with the Chiefs and the calls that the refs was making. And I'm like, you know what? Like obviously,
Mm.
baseball, basketball. And I was like, I don't know, but I'm like the way we having to literally come back in the fourth with like seconds to go. I'm like, ain't nobody giving us nothing. They working for that. Let's
Yeah,
see
Mm.
who.
I ain't saying it is too. I'm just talking mess. I look at everything from all sides a little bit now, but I don't honestly. I don't care what it is. If it, but that boy doing out there is unreal.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
unreal.
So Jeff was saying it was
Oh,
-2 in Mexico. Wow.
Oof.
But
I don't
that's
see the comments on mine. Oh, wait, let me
New Mexico is like desert. So it do get cold
Oh,
because it's like,
Cassandra.
like
Yeah.
valleys and so you know what? Can y'all see the let me see. Can
Yeah,
y'all
I
see
can
the
see it
link?
now. Cassandra, how you doing, Cassandra? Steve. Hey, everybody. Let me just say that.
no, I don't
Everybody.
see nothing. Oh, I see it
Um,
now. Yep, yep, yep.
I put
Okay,
it on the screen. All
okay.
right, let's see. Let's see. Ray said, "Hey to y'all." Um, Cool Sensei, these playoffs be having the stress level through the roof. It do.
oh,
Right.
damn.
It do. Hey, Cassandra.
T, you had a topic you want to talk about in mind, or if you?
Yes, yes,
So,
yes. Um,
there's definitely, I
what's
definitely have
up,
a topic.
Leo?
But after you bring up yours.
Okay, you got a topic. That's cool. So
Yeah.
the first thing I wanted to talk about, kind of like a little bit of a follow up to a video, my most recent video about why I think XJW should definitely share their
Oh,
story.
I saw that video. Yeah.
So my question for you all, for those in the chat, has going public helped or hurt your XJW journey? Do
Whew.
you think it's helped or hurt it, or a little bit of both?
Tim, you want to go first, brother Tim?
Not raising your hand. Let me get the mic. Here you go.
Sister, please, thank you.
Yes, I like to make a thought first that I'm something not anybody, but no, I'm gonna say it helped it big time. Like
Mm-hmm.
it took me and it's funny. I'm glad you got Jeron. I'm glad Jeron here because Jeron is kind of part of me sharing my story. To be honest with you,
Okay.
so I've been looking at XJW videos for years. Not when I say years, like 2 or 3 years, and that's all I was eating, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it was a steady diet of just different perspectives on the religion code and confirm everything I felt.
Mm-hmm.
And with my situation at home being where a spouse she is active in it, it made it hard with kids. So
Mm-hmm.
I needed to speak out, and I talked about it about over a year before I did it. I kept saying like, man, I'm about to start me a YouTube channel. I'm saying it like because I need to get it out. How everybody's sharing their story, like I need to
Yeah.
get this out. And
Mm-hmm.
Jeron channel popped up on the algorithm, and I like his videos. He'd be at work just talking. It was real. It was raw, and he had an email, so I reached out to him. He hit me up. Boom, exchange numbers, talk a few times. Like, man, I want to start. He said, bro, just start. And within that week, I had started my first video.
Okay.
But it
Well, look.
helped. But it helped mentally. It's like therapy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
It
helps.
is.
Yeah, and you helping other people, so
Yep.
it
Exactly.
definitely helped my
So
journey.
win-win. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
What
bro. I
about
love to
you,
hear that, bro.
Jerron?
Um, to be honest, it both. It helped and it hurt. But it's
Okay.
funny we having this conversation because somebody interviewed me earlier. The channel is called Culture Pod. Check out his check out Culture Pod. Check out his channel when you get a
Culture
chance.
pod. Okay.
Yeah. He just
Yeah.
had me. We had a really good discussion earlier. Me, him, and
Nice.
somebody named it's three of us. But
Okay.
I would say yeah, definitely both. It helped me being an expert. It helped and it hurt at the same time. And Tim knows. The minute you come out, you tell your believing family member that that you no longer believe. It's gonna be a shit show for you. It's gonna be hell on
Mm-hmm.
earth because
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna see a whole different side to them that you was not mentally and emotionally prepared to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So from that aspect, I hurt. Of course, lose your family, lose your friends. That should hurt. But it
Mm-hmm.
helped me because I feel like this is the person that I'm destined to become. Like I feel like I'm the strongest I've ever been in my life. Like if you could tolerate losing your family, losing your community, losing people that you thought was gonna be in life forever, if you could
Mm-hmm.
make it through that, I promise you, you can make it through anything.
Mm-hmm.
Big anything. So it
Hallelujah.
definitely, yeah,
Amen.
it helped and hurt, you know. But this is what I said earlier
Ooh.
when I was being interviewed, right? I was telling the person, the guys, I was telling them, you cannot lose by being real, by being authentic, by being honest, by being upfront. You can never lose. Even if the person says, "Oh, I don't like what you're saying," you telling them the
Mm-hmm.
truth. You're not lying to them.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people, they want to hear lies. They want to have those like witnesses. It's easy
Mm-hmm.
for them to live in that lie and accept the fact that shit, paradise ain't coming. Nobody want to
Mm-hmm.
hear that. They don't want to hear they
Mm-hmm.
wasted decades of their life. But it is what it
Mm-hmm.
is. I'm not going to sugarcoat
Mm-hmm.
shit. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Facts.
No,
Facts.
that's you know what? That's real. Like obviously my experience is not like you all's experience because I didn't have like any family that come in. So for me, it did nothing but help, right? I got to, get to know you all, other people who, saw my, 3-part story and they was like, I was vested, like, man, I can't wait till the next part come, and things of that
Yeah.
nature. And I mean, even
Mm,
I have a ton of people on here who had no idea about Jehovah's Witness. Like obviously they knew who they were, but they didn't know nothing about them. So they,
mm,
saw my video, they watched it, and then they went down a rabbit hole, and they come over here and they like, I didn't know this. Like
yeah.
every video
Yeah.
that I go, and talk about, they're like, I didn't know this. Like the last 2 lives that I did. Um uh Hartley, shout out to Mrs. G, if she here, she was like, I did not know this. Like I didn't know that once you stop, going, even if they continue to, be your friend, it's still like a setup. You
Yep.
think that you're just getting together for a cup of coffee or whatever, but no. And it's
Nope.
like, it's crazy. So
It's
yeah,
superficial.
me going this kind of public, because people who I had hurt by that decision, when I woke up and realized, like, oh my God, I was in a cult, I called them. I called them and we cried on the phone and,
Mm,
and things of that nature. But going like this kind of public, it is very freeing, it's very therapeutic. And
yes.
like you said, Jeron, you can't go wrong saying, hey, this is how I feel. This is
Yep.
how it is. Like you may not like it, but that's a you problem, not a me
Exactly.
problem.
Yep.
Especially when I did my research. Imagine someone telling you, like, I did something you haven't done. If you did your research and you came to the same conclusion, I mean, we could talk. But if you
Mm-hmm.
haven't even looked at what I'm saying, you automatically cancel me before you even look at what I have to show you.
Mm-hmm.
Come
Yeah.
on, that's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
nonsense. That's bogus right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's so funny you said research. Um, the friend, or former friend, I should say now, that I met with, she kept saying, do your research, do your research.
Mm,
And I'm thinking like, chick, the things I'm telling you are from research. So do
mm,
your research mean go and suck in what the watchtower say, you
yeah.
know, and then come back. And it's like, no, 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 no. Okay. So did you want to ask your question, Jeron? Because I got a couple of
Oh,
more.
yeah, yeah, real quick. So did either one of you guys have holiday blues?
I don't.
You know,
Not
Tim?
not not let me take that back. My holiday blues is because my grandparents are deceased.
I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah.
Not just because it's like, like that was the whole reason I put a Christmas tree up this year. Like for my dogs. They don't know. They just see it's this thing. They
It's a
see it's
bro.
this thing, with the lights, and they like, what is
Mm,
this thing? But
yeah.
for me, it was so that I could have warm, fuzzy feelings and
Mm,
remember the Christmases before they started passing. You know what I'm saying? My
yeah.
grandmother who passed last year, Christmas was her favorite holiday. So I
Mm,
I I, I put the tree up and put the Christmas towels out because this is the stuff she would do. And so I didn't have it this year. It was more like, y'all see, I'm doing Christmas, doing Christmas
mm,
again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So not this probably was the first time I felt a little bit more upbeat in a long time. But that's because of that, not because of the witness part.
okay. Yeah, Tim, what about
Yeah.
you?
Yeah. I'm gonna say. Going back real quick before this question, I just want when you talked about being the real you and how helping people and how even though it's hurt is better. This was on Jevin and Lexi's channel, Awaken Truths.
Yeah.
Uh, some time ago, I forgot what they interview or whatever it was. But anyway, I
Mm-hmm.
guess I don't know the resource or the source of the information, but it's something I should look up. But I believe it. Uh, when you think, what's the highest frequency? Like when you think about
Um,
frequencies, what you think the highest frequency is?
like your highest frequency when you being your most authentic self.
Yes, yes. I
Mm-hmm.
thought it was love. I thought love was the highest frequency, and it was not. It was authenticity. She was saying,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
so being authentic, being the real you, being authentic is the highest frequency to operate at. And so if you operate at a higher frequency, like Jeron said, the things are going to happen in a way that is going to be. Even though you're going to go through the shunning, not talk to your people,
Mm-hmm.
you are going to get real. Now the people you form bonds with, you know it's unconditional.
Here
Yeah.
we
It's
go.
not based on like, hey, if we agree on this, we good, but if we don't, then we can't be cool.
Right.
Yep.
It's not
Right.
like that no more. It's no more fake. And so
Yep.
Yep.
when you in that religion, if you're not operating authentic and you're in that religion, then guess what? If you're not at a high frequency, you at a low frequency. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's why it's all the depression and the cycles and all that kind of stuff. But I just wanted to drop that in right quick. I did not know that the highest frequency was being the authentic self, being you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But about holiday blues, yes, yeah.
Mhm.
Uh, for me, it was solo. It was just me. So I do got family here, kind of a sibling that we didn't really grow up together, but we got closer as we got older.
Mm-hmm.
And she has her immediate family. But outside of that, none of my like immediate family are around, so they out of state. And the majority of other people I knew here in Georgia is witnesses. And so there's nobody else really around, so it is like a time for me though. I ain't gonna lie, though, I kind of enjoyed it. I enjoyed my solo time. I can deal with it because I have dealt with this, so my skin is thick. And
Mm-hmm.
I'll figure out something to do. I meditated more. I even did some content, that video about birthdays and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Had a good gym session. You know what I'm saying? Like I just poured into
Yeah.
me.
Mm-hmm.
I poured into
Yeah.
me because I've realized now that the more you take care of yourself, everything else gonna be okay. As long as you're in alignment with what you're supposed to be in alignment with your purpose, everything's
Yep.
gonna find its way the way it's supposed to find its way.
Yeah.
You said
I agree.
100% true, bro. Nice. Yeah, I got in a really bad depression actually. It was the lowest I've been in a while. Like
Mm-hmm.
normally, I'm aware. Like when I start when my mental health is declining, I'm like, oh, Jeron, something's going on. Get to the root of it. Like I'm aware. A lot of times, people are not aware as to why they're feeling the way that they feel. They just feel the emotions, and you don't
Mm-hmm.
really explore. Remember, as witnesses, we wasn't supposed to explore. Why are you crying? Pray more. Go out, go to the meetings, comment. They want you to stay busy, but you're never supposed to get to the root of the problem as a witness, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now I'm learning to feel the feelings. And I was saying this in an interview earlier, how like as men, it's hard. Like a lot of times men walk around with this ego, right? This macho man, I don't want to show my emotions. It's like, it's time to stop crying. Let it out. That's something I started doing last year. I started to allow myself to feel the emotions, cry. I now cry when I want to cry. I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't do that before because
Yeah.
we're not taught to do that as witnesses, and it's even harder for men. So it was a bit emotional for me this holiday, but as a few days ago, I started to feel better, and I had to
Yeah.
remind
Yeah,
myself, said, Jerron, what you gain is more important than what you lost.
Yeah.
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 It's
That's
all.
true.
I like what you said though, man. You felt it, and ain't nothing
Mm-hmm.
wrong with acknowledging that. Ain't nothing wrong with acknowledging that. Life is about ebbs and flow. It's gonna
Yeah,
be rhythm.
yeah.
Um, Real quick, my I went to that funeral. I was telling you about my grandmother a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the funeral last week, and a lot of witnesses, and also a lot of church family, a big family, and family that know me. It's first time I'm seeing them in person, being out on public, you know what I mean, on internet, Facebook, all that stuff.
I
And
don't know about that. Yeah.
yeah, that was something because I'm listening to a funeral talk about on paradise earth, and she believed this, and stuff like that. And this is I'm listening to it, then they play the song. What is it? I will call the
Oh yeah,
day.
yeah.
Yeah, and people start crying in, of course, right? And I'm sitting there thinking like,
I'm
yeah, I
surprised you
remember.
said people.
Huh?
I'm surprised you said people actually started crying.
One is actually was a no, actually the person that was crying. When I say people crying, you can hear a little bit. I was in the front a little bit, but in front of me, all I seen visibly was my aunt, who is not a witness. She
Oh,
got up. She was crying and got up. She
oh,
wasn't a
well,
witness.
that's then that makes sense because
Yeah,
witnesses
yeah,
at witnesses at funerals, I was like, this is weird. First of all, the
Yeah.
talk is about come have a Bible study. It's
yeah.
nothing about the person, and then the other part, nobody's crying because they, I guess they have, I just come just like, oh, they're asleep. We'll see them in another, and
No,
it's just
yeah.
Yeah.
like no sense of mourning that you don't see
That's
them in the
crazy.
flesh.
Whew.
I didn't
And
mean to cut
I
you
believe
off.
it's also situations, but I will say I want to say right quick that the family that was witnesses, not all of them. Some immediate didn't say nothing to me, but some did. One elder, a cousin, first cousin, that's an elder, came up to me, hey man, cousin, I you just kicking a little, just talking a little bit. Quite a few did, and I was like, cool, okay, all right, no big deal. And when I saw my mom, and she came to me, gave me a hug, I got emotional and I let tears flow, but I didn't wipe them away
Mm.
because I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, I'm crying. This is my mom. I'm giving her a hug and I'm happy to see her, whatever. And let's go back to what he talking about with ego and stuff, letting that ego go
Yeah.
and really dealing with the feeling. You know what I mean? And be real about it. Like it is what it
Mhm.
is. You human. You are human
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And being a witness, it's like they almost try to, yeah, make you become robotic. You numb to everything. Don't pay attention to politics. Don't don't feel sorry for people. Unless they want to come to the truth. Like so it makes you like what's the word? Not numb, but is it numb?
Empathetic. You have like no sympathy, no empathy for people, right? Just
Yeah.
robotic, kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just
Yeah.
robotic.
Yeah.
I'm like when I
Low
when I
low
learned that
frequency.
some people, when I learned for the first time that people that I have been around for a few years actually had adult children, that is no evidence of that in their home. I've never heard them speak their name. I'm like, this is crazy. Like these are kids. They came out of you and you won't talk to them because they got this fellowship when they was a teenager. This is crazy.
Whew.
So yeah, very robotic, no feeling, no empathy, no sympathy. Jehovah's the only way.
Yes.
Yep.
Waking up helped me realize also that humans in general, people, we are programmable,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
but we also have the ability to deprogram.
Yep.
Once we
Exactly.
realize we've been programmed, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
because that's all it is. It's conditioning. It's conditioning. Conditioning.
Mm-hmm. Let's
Mm.
see. Jeff said the funeral talks became insulting to me after a while. After I left, I realized why. Because they use funerals as propaganda tool. It is.
It is. Yep.
Yeah, they
They talk about the
numb.
person for 5, 10 minutes, right? And then right after that, oh well, if you want to see them again,
Yep.
start going to the meetings and start making monthly repayment, bitch.
Yeah.
It's like-
and, and 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 the reality is, if they talk about in 5 minutes, and then in that 5 minutes is all just what they did in that kingdom hall.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
like,
me tell you what happened. I'm sorry. Sorry.
yeah, go ahead. No, it's crazy.
It's crazy. So 2 years ago, my cousin passed away at the age of 39, heart attack, right?
Oh man.
Mm,
Man. I'm
And
sorry to hear that.
yeah, thank you. And she was raised a witness. I don't think she was baptized. No, she wasn't baptized. She was raised in it, but when she was a teenager, she realized it was a lie. She said, "Bump this." She left, right?
mhm.
But her mom was a devout witness. So when my cousin passed away, and her mom just passed away too. Actually, her mom just passed away a few
Oh
months ago.
man.
So, yeah, but so my cousin who passed away 2 years ago, though, right? She, I knew damn well she didn't believe in that witness nonsense. But because her mom believed in it, she had a JW funeral for her. They talked about her
Mm,
for 5 minutes. I was so pissed off, and I zoomed. I was on Zoom, and I had to log off. The minute they started talking about that JW shit, it was an insult to my cousin
yeah.
because she wasn't even a witness, and the brother was talking like like she was going to the meetings and shit. I was like, nah,
Yeah,
Yep.
that's crazy. That's wrong. Yeah.
Okay. I dropped a link. I think Ruby wanted to come up. So You can hit the link, Ruby. Um, Cool Sense said, crazy how they mean the organization when they say Jehovah but won't admit it. So, if for those who don't know, Cool Sense is not a JW. He kind of got interested in like the ExJW space and things of that nature because he worked with a couple of JWs and he was like, hey, something different about these cats, you know. And and Cool Sense be over here repping. But no, he, just very observant. He came over here, kind of learned some things, and he like, oh, this explain a lot. All right, we got Ruby coming up to the stage.
I don't know how to type in a comment in here. How do I type a comment?
All right. Um, let's see. Leo said JWs use a person's pain to peddle yep, their religious beliefs. Yep, absolutely. All
You know how
right.
you be. You know
Yep.
how you
Absolutely.
be watching. Hey, what's up?
You gotta unmute yourself. There you go.
Hey guys, hi Jeron, Tim, T, how you guys doing?
Okay, how you doing?
What's up?
Where did Jeron go?
Uh oh. He
Oh,
probably got to
there
get.
you
Jeron, come back.
Hello.
There you go.
okay,
Sorry
there you
about
go.
that. Hey guys, Ruby, what's up?
Hey guys, um, I just joined your stream. Are you guys talking about something in specific, or is it just open?
Are we talking about going
If
back to
you have
Jehovah?
something,
Let me stop
I
saying
right now we had kind of fallen into talking about just like the whole JW funeral experience and things of that nature. I did have some other questions, but if you have something that you want to add,
Mm-hmm.
go right ahead.
Okay, cool. Well, I just wanted to kind of share like a story time, basically. And I know Jerron kind of knows me a little longer than maybe everybody else on stage here. But for
Mm-hmm.
a very long time, my mom has been shunning me. And
Okay.
recently, I texted her because I wanted a picture and that she has possession of. And there's only, one of one. I can't duplicate it. I can't make a copy. So I was kind of forced to text her, even though I didn't want to, right? So we're going back and forth now about getting this photo, right? And here are the contradictions and just things that I've noticed with time because I haven't spoken to her in like 2 years in text message, and I haven't spoken to her in real life in about almost five. So it's been a really long time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so I'm trying to have a decent conversation, respectful. I'm trying to get this photo right because I don't want to piss her off because I want the photo.
Mm-hmm.
So I really got to hold back. Um, and one of the issues that kind of came up was she said, "I don't want any mediators. Only talk to me if you want something. I don't want you to talk because I had reached out
Oh,
to my cousin Tony, and I said, well, give it to Tony, and Tony will give it to me. Since I already know you don't talk to me, you don't want me, But she speaks to my cousin, even though my cousin doesn't even go to meetings anymore, right? So that's weird in itself. But anyway, she says, nope, I don't want no family involved, no mediation whatsoever. And I said, well, the only reason why I had to get a mediator was because you told me you don't want to talk to me anymore. So it's like, please make it make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, she says, and this is about a photo, mind you. The very next sentence is, my loyalty is to Jehovah.
Oh.
And
wow.
I and this is in text message, right? So we're not speaking, this message. And I was reminded of how everything revolves around their fanatical
Yeah.
faith
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
system because I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about a picture. I never
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
mentioned God or faith or where your loyalties lie. I didn't pass a boundary. I actually
Mm-hmm.
respected your boundary by not speaking to you directly because you told me years ago that you wasn't gonna talk to me anymore.
Mhm.
And that to me feels so sad because I'm 10 years removed, right? So I don't have any options anymore when it comes to this type of stuff. So when I read that, I almost started
Mm.
laughing because it's like, why are you mentioning loyalty?
Mhm.
Why are you
Mm.
mentioning Jehovah?
Yep.
Mhm.
Mentioning everything else that has nothing to about.
Mhm.
I say I I I liken it to a literal mental illness because that's not faith
Mhm.
anymore.
Mhm.
Mm. Nope.
You believe in something that turns you into an extremist,
Yep.
and that's
Mhm.
exclusive to religion. Like it can be anything.
Mhm.
It just happens to be religion, and that's
Yep.
sick because I
Mhm.
am the only daughter you have. I provided you the only grandchildren you will ever have, and yet you don't speak to me at all because of your faith.
Mhm.
No, no, it's wrong, and I literally have to ignore those comments now because that's what they want. They are seeking attention in regards to their belief system. They love
Mhm.
that persecution trauma. It's like, well, you don't
Mm.
like me because I'm this, and it's like, no, I
Yeah.
never said that.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Facts.
Yeah.
Ruby.
It make you think
Also,
of.
Hmm.
I was gonna say
no,
real
my bad.
quick, they'll use a scripture and tell you when people do something like what they're doing to people, but it never applies to them. They always go to last days, 2 Timothy 3, 1 through 5. In the last days, people will be this and that. One of them is no natural affection.
Mhm.
Right,
If you can cut your kids off,
right.
that's the
Oh,
sign of the
damn.
you part
That's
of the damn
beautiful.
prophecy about the last days. If you believe that, that
Yep.
no
Mhm.
nat that's no natural affection.
Yep.
Right.
That's some crazy shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
You cut your
Also,
kid off.
bro, you said it. You said it. And also, Ruby, see, this is the
Hmm.
thing that witnesses don't comprehend. The double
Hmm.
standard thing. You can't
Hmm.
go. Your mom should be quick to preach, knock on somebody's door to try to convert them, right? But
Yep.
witnesses, they don't tell other people about the
Right,
extreme shit. She won't tell people, oh, by the way, you know I'm shunning my daughter for this religion. I believe
right.
that Jehovah is the true God so much, I'm shunning my own daughter. Your mom will not say that. Your mom will not say that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But you see,
Yes,
it's just,
it's crazy.
oh,
Hmm.
the hypocrisy is nuts.
No, no. That's so true though, Jeron. You're right. Like none of them will say that. When you say, like you say, when they're trying to convert people, they don't say, "Hey,
Yep.
these people in my family, I don't talk to them because they no longer wanted to come to the hall." And if you decide to become a witness and you decide you no longer want to come to the hall, I'm not gonna
Yep.
talk to you either.
Exactly. And that's
Yeah.
what, because they know damn well if they start with that, people gonna be like, whoa, you guys are a cult.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they don't
Exactly.
never start with with the true intention. You know what I'm saying? Kind of thing. Like with me meeting this former, friend. And that's how I refer to her because I'm like, it finally hit me like Saturday morning, like she really not my friend. Like I thought she was different from the rest of the JWs because
Mm.
but she proved that she wasn't. So I'm not gonna recap that because a lot of the people that's here they seen those two lives, but it's the same kind of thing. Like she was basically saying like you need to draw your line in the sand. It's like, girl, I drew the line a long time ago, 9 years ago. Like you coming and bugging me. I didn't text you this morning,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know.
Yeah.
And it is very weird. It is very strange when you can't have a conversation with somebody without trying to bring them back to Jehovah. What she say to me is it's not too late. It's not too late. Do your research. I'm like, girl, it's so
Huh?
too late. It's super too late.
Wow. But that's ironic for a witness to tell you to do your research. When do your
That's what
research?
I did.
But
Exactly. What?
and I told her, I was like, well, they said this in the update, they said this in the
Shut up with
broadcast.
that update.
So I was letting her know I'm getting the information from your research. But she didn't want to hear that.
I'm
Right.
sorry, Ruby, that you went through that. I'm so sorry that you that happened to you. That's
Oh
I feel
no.
yeah, that is that is cold, man. That is cold.
No,
Yeah.
listen, no worries, because she has done things 10 times worse. That this is nothing. It kind of just reminded me the reasons why I know I'm right. Why I
Mhm.
know it kind
Yep.
of just validates why that
Yeah.
boundary actually works. It works. Continue to shun me, because I want nothing to do with that type of energy. And
Mm.
when she says things to kind of trigger an emotional response, I finally developed a a kind of strength to not be reactionary anymore. Because 5 years ago, that would have pissed me off. I would have dived into it, like I would have argued that point.
Mm.
But now it just rolls off my back, and I continue to go back on topic.
Mhm.
So it doesn't even bother me anymore. But it kind of reminds me how different they are in regards to spirituality, because
Mhm.
I have ventured out and converted, and I became Christian, in my opinion, a real one that is deprogramming the cult stuff. And now that I'm relearning Christianity, I see how wrong it is for them to use that God card as if that's
Mhm.
Mm.
what gives them the right to
Yep.
speak
Mhm.
this way or to treat you this way, when in reality, it's the complete opposite.
Yep.
Mhm.
Jesus would have never shunned, God would have never treated or told people to treat their family like that. But he did say in that one scripture that we would lose our family, mothers, daughters, fathers, and sons. So
Mm.
it was like that scripture actually became real for me, because
Mhm.
even though I lost a biological mother, I kind of gained that figure elsewhere. Like it
Yeah.
does, it's not exclusive to whoever gave birth to you. And that's
Right.
hard to like let that sink in and
Yeah.
allow that space to be filled, because I felt like it could never be filled. Like your mother's your mother. You could never, a mother is irreplaceable.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in this regard, unfortunately, they are. They are replaceable. Everyone is replaceable. It's just how they are replaced.
Mm. And it
And
shouldn't be like that. I'm sorry. Sorry. Sorry.
no, go ahead. Go ahead,
No,
Jerome.
no, no. I'm sorry. No, no, no. I'll wait till you finish.
Well, I mean, that's it. It's just like I allowed that loss to be a loss once and for all, and I found that figure in my parish. Like once you get baptized, you get a godmother. It's very similar to Catholics. Is just Orthodox Christianity. So when I got that godmother, it's like now I go to her with my questions. She actually cares about me unconditionally, and she's not even related to me. So
Mm.
Mhm.
I let that just transition for me in a good way. Not that I lost something, but I gained something.
Right.
Nice. Facts.
Mhm.
Yeah. I want to piggyback and say that, Ruby, that's something that I dealt with too. Like letting that sink in about how can it's not just my mom, it's my father too. And in two
Hmm.
different ways. So
Right.
that's a lot. That's a lot for somebody to take in that the people who brought you to this planet don't love you.
Hmm.
And then I meet people who, like you said, they're not related to you by blood, but they show me more love than the people who brought me in. It's a real mind fuck. Like it's something
Right.
I don't think I'm gonna ever fully comprehend because my
Mhm.
brain is like, what the fuck? It just it doesn't compute. But it's something I have to accept. I can't
Mhm.
change it because
Exactly.
me dwelling on it's not gonna help. So it's something
Mhm.
I have to move past. But it's one of the hardest things to ever get over. I will say that.
You know
Hmm.
what? It makes me think of um I want to say Iyanla said this. Iyanla Van Zant said this. Like, um, relatives are who you're in relation to, but family is who you choose, who you pick.
Mm,
Hmm.
You know, and
Right. And
so
I've heard that. You hear those phrases all the time. but
Yeah.
I've never felt it in real life.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like when I think of family, like true family, most of those people do not share DNA with me. You know, like
Mm.
my husband obviously
Yeah.
is my family. My immediate family. We don't share DNA,
Hmm.
but we have
That
things that
bond.
are aligned. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? My best friend and things like that. So yeah, the people you're a relation to, your relatives who you share
Hmm.
DNA with, yeah,
Right.
even
Right.
outside of this organization, people are going through all kinds of situations with people who birthed them, and it's like, whoa, it's just kind of
Right.
deep. But when it's like this,
Mhm.
when it's like this religion, and I don't know if anybody listened to or watched XJW Analyzer did like a 2-hour documentary breaking
Hmm.
it down, like super breaking it down, like from the very very beginnings,
Mm.
Hmm.
up until modern day. And I listened to it this morning while I was working out and all this stuff. If you listen to that documentary,
Hmm.
and you still like, I'm gonna stand by the governing body no matter what, it's
Mm.
just like it was really profound. It was things that I didn't know, since waking up. But it's just like when you go through it and really think about what this organization has become and the hold that it has on people, it's diabolical. It's just completely diabolical when you think
Mm.
about its origin, and and how the things that they hold so dear, not taking blood, shunning their
The families. Yeah.
Right. Right.
because of somebody. Did my um did my internet mess up?
I think
Us
it was
for
a
a
It was
glitch.
a
split.
little, it
Yeah,
looked
split
glitch.
second. Hmm.
Okay, y'all keep talking. My husband sometimes will have a bunch of stuff on the Wi-Fi. Y'all keep talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ruby. I'm sorry about your situation. I hear you when you everything you're saying. I hear you loud and clear. Like I get you 100%,
Oh
and it
no,
shit hurts.
but
Yeah.
it's so much better now because it actually doesn't hurt me anymore. So in
Yeah.
reality,
Mm.
I
Yeah.
feel like I am finally in control emotionally. I don't let those words bother me anymore because I know myself now. And
Yeah.
I've put her in a place in my mind that doesn't allow for those emotional strings to hurt anymore. And that's another problem, how they use family connections against you.
Yeah.
Once I stopped viewing her as my family, I
Mm.
treated her like a person on the street. I would
Mm.
never curse. I would never be disrespectful to somebody on the street. So I would treat her just like anybody else.
Yeah.
Once I shifted that mentality, it became so much easier to, if I ever did need to speak to her, like in this situation, it became easy because those emotions don't
Yeah.
trigger me anymore. But, back to your point, Jeron, about the whole situation where it centers
Yeah.
about love, that it is, you have to learn what those terms actually mean. Their interpretation of simple things and concepts are wrong in itself because that's what is love.
What is love?
Exactly.
Reset, man.
And no, it's so true because those songs are legitimately why we resonate with music, is because those
Mm.
lyrics is what is
Yeah.
screaming on the inside. um and I think that's why it's so powerful, because once I learned what these things are, I started to realize how many pleas they're trying to cop, how many excuses they're trying to put forward, when if you took all of those barriers down and stopped using religion as an excuse, a human, You don't
Yeah.
have to put anything in between those connections. But it is unfortunate that they put up all these walls and all these barriers because they are ashamed of themselves. And I could see that. I could feel it. It's like, why do you feel the need to prove your loyalty to God? Even the
Yeah.
Bible talks about that. That's not even real faith in itself, always trying to prove that you're a better Christian than somebody else. No, that's not what it's about. And they know these things. If you claim to know the Bible in and out, then you know what I'm talking about. You know that what you're doing and what you're saying is wrong, but you're so ashamed of it because you know it's wrong, but you're doing it anyways because you think that that's what's going to get you salvation.
Mm.
So you have to treat these people with that in mind. You cannot treat them as if they're regular, religious people. They're not. and
I
and
know.
you have to tread very lightly with fanatical people like that. And once I realized the psychology of that, now I understand her. Now I can talk to her in the right way. I don't react with anger or frustration or bitterness,
Mm.
because those things are not going to work. They're not going to
Mm.
work because that's exactly where they're at. You cannot stoop down to where they're at. You need to be up here, and they need to meet you up here. They need to
Mm.
rise up to where you're at. And that's why they don't want to talk to us, because they're uncomfortable with becoming up, well, with going up there, with raising their energy up there, because then they start feeling good about themselves and they're like, what's this? It's like they don't even know what that feeling is, what real love is, what real family is. To
Yeah.
just have a great day and not talk about Jehovah at all. Like, you don't
Mm.
need to be talking about God at all to be happy
Yeah.
or to paradise. No, hang out with your kids, go to the park, and that's it. So
Yeah.
it's like that's what I had to do to finally talk, to be able to talk. It's not something I can copy or she could just email it to me. It's like I need it physically. So I'm gonna have to bite my tongue, put all the personal development to use in these past 10 years just to have a conversation with her. And that's the strength that our community is learning. We're learning that. And I see that you guys are doing that here. You're communicating, you're talking. That's what we should be doing. We shouldn't be stooping down to their level or intaking their propaganda. We should be moving and talking about forward things.
Exactly.
And
Forward
I
witnesses.
like that.
Forward witnesses. Right? Like the song says, right? Oh, God.
Exactly. A lot of their slogans, if they would actually listen to them, it would wake them up.
Yeah.
If they actually
Yeah.
read
Right.
the Bible, it would wake them
It's a
up.
bit of
And that's how you
it's a
know.
bit of
Hmm.
hypnotism in there, and that's why they can't talk to anybody out, because they set that up on purpose, because they know they've
Yeah.
kind of mentally imprisoned they've imprisoned your mind. And when you go to these meetings where you can't see outside and you in this box, and they just repeating the same thing over and over and over, it's just a repetitive thing. They
Yeah.
repeat it so much, you programmed everything. Everything you look at, your perspective changes from everything that they've repeated to you over and over. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So you just operate like a robot, like you said, a robot. So
Yeah.
you that's why you can be cold and all that. You operate at a low frequency. You're being controlled. And once
Yeah.
Right.
the strings come off, like Ruth said, once you wake up, now you overstand. Now you see
Yeah.
how their mind works, and
Yeah.
now you can deal with
Hmm.
them on a level and make them, not make them, but you know how to deal with them. You just know how to deal with
Yeah.
them better. And it's different. Every situation is different. It's different dynamics for everybody. But
Right.
yeah, it's all about healing. This community is dope for that too. The healing part, helping everybody heal.
Oh my God.
Because it's a
Listen,
journey. It's a healing
bro,
journey.
it is, bro. And you know what? Like I was saying this in an interview earlier. We speak a language that worldly people will not comprehend. And I hate to use that term, but you got what I'm talking about. We speak a language that if you wasn't a witness,
Non-witnesses.
yeah, they're like, huh? I tell them about the shunning. They're like, huh? So your family, they're not speaking to you because you guys believe in different things. So what? But they don't get how severe this shit is, you know? But when I tell you guys know it, you know, and we all in the same struggle. We all in the same pickle. And it's so therapeutic, seriously. Like the people I met in the last few years, I'm way closer than quote unquote worldly people that I know for 20 plus years. Because we
Right.
had that one thing in common, you know?
Hmm.
Definitely.
Great discussion, guys. I know Jeff wanted to come up and he had something that he wanted to add. But before I bring him up, I have an additional question. Um, do you all have any active JW friends?
Ooh. I do have on Facebook. I don't speak to them, but they still follow me on social media.
Okay.
Only a few though. Only a few, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean like that you communicate with like
Oh,
text or call.
no, no, hell no.
So
No.
I
Hell no.
got I know I can think of one off the top of my head for sure. Um, but it's funny. I talked to three, but two of them are just fellowship, but they still believe in it. But they've been out for
Mm.
like 15, 20 years, living their life, but they still believe it's the truth. They just stay as fellowship. But I got one that's his family in it. He kind of just show on Zoom. He not really active in it, but we talk regularly. We check in on each other. I even told him about the up before the update happened. He said, "You must be a prophet" when the beard thing came out. And before they even announced it, I had told about the beard thing. I said, "Man, they're gonna end up changing the beard or something." He was like, "Man, you must be a prophet. They changed the beard rule." I said, "Man, it's a business. That's all, man. It's just a business." But
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Just
the reason I had asked that is because in the two lives that I did Friday and Saturday, I had I think RC had mentioned that once he woke up, he pretty much was like, yeah, no active JW friends because it's just impossible to balance.
oh
So
yeah, of course.
I had to learn the hard way with this incident, thinking because this person still talks to me on the phone, you know, from time to time, we still text, and that we do talk about things outside of anything dealing with that organization, that you know that the friendship was genuine. But then when she hit me with the you need to get right with Jehovah, you know, spiel at the end of us catching up Friday, you know, I come to the realization like, yeah, I can't have any friends either because I don't want to hear that. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
now I don't want to have lunch with you because I already know that after we go through regular life catch up or talking about sports or this, that, and the third,
Yeah.
that you're gonna be like, all right,
I'll
it's
see you at the
time.
meeting. Yeah,
Yeah,
have your
it's
watchtower
time.
ready.
Yeah. So I was just wondering. So I'm like, okay, I'm the only person out here like a nutcase thinking they can still have you know, friends on that level.
Do
No.
you have them
Um,
following you? Do you have any that follow y'all? Like you see them, you know them. They still follow you on social media. They watching your content. They watch.
so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
as far as my YouTube, I don't know if any of them uh you know come watch it. But on
Right.
Facebook, actually every day, me and active JW, we play Wordle. So we
Oh
play
wow.
Wordle every day.
Okay.
Um
But
and
do you
then
chat? Is it like a chat room in there or no?
no, it's not a chat room. Like
Okay.
she posts what her Wordle, you know, guess was, and then I put mine, you
Okay.
know.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes in the games you can like chat. There's like a chat box. You can be like,
Oh no, it's not in the game. So it's like playing Scrabble and then you just come
okay.
in. Yeah.
So no
Um
communication. You saying though, right?
yeah, like no real communication other than like
Okay.
Facebook. I have a couple of
Mm.
other people who still friends with me on Facebook and things of that nature, but it's just, you know, a like here, a like there. But as far as like people that I consider like friend, this was one of them. So,
Mm.
but now I realize like yeah, it was just all a scheme. I feel like the lunch, if I was to have lunch, it's a setup. I feel like her husband or some, you know, super self-righteous, you know, sister is gonna
Hmm.
come with her, and it's gonna be like they're gonna, you know, like my husband say, he was like, they might try to kidnap you. I'm like, this
Yeah,
ain't that
right.
kind
I'm about to say that.
of I was
Okay.
like,
Want to take the
this ain't
legs?
this ain't that type of cult. He was like, you don't know, you don't know.
Oh
Hey,
shit.
I feel him though. I feel him. He from the outside looking in. You watch a lot of movies and shows, you might be like, no, no. If they crazy, then stay away from crazy. If it's
Right,
crazy,
right, right.
yeah.
Oh shit. Whew.
What's
Hi,
up, Jeff?
Jeff.
That's
Um,
Jeff.
go
Hey,
ahead, go ahead, Jeff, and add your contribution. I
oh,
see Ray has a question for us, so go ahead, Jeff. Say what you
a
wanted to
couple
talk
things.
about.
Like so the family thing with me, it's a little maybe kind of backwards with my dad because I have two siblings and I was the last one to leave. Um, so my status, I'm just inactive. Like I just stopped going, and they don't know why, but he can kind of figure it out. But anyways, regarding my dad, he'll still try to have some kind of interaction with us. But the weird thing is with him, I have a strong suspicion that he knows it's not true. And
Mm.
there's very specific reasons why I feel that way. I won't get into, but it's like I feel that he knows somewhere inside there's these things he knows that he can't bury within himself. But at the same time, just the life he lived, it's kind of like the only hope he really has in his life is
Hmm.
what he hears at the Kingdom Hall.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like whether he believes it or not, that's kind of all he holds on to. Even if he knows it's not true, he's still willing to hold on to it.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing with my dad is like, it's not that he's shunning me or shunning us, but it's this weird kind of middle thing where he knows that what he's taking in from them is not right. So he's not like, how do I put it? It's not where he's like, my loyalty is to Jehovah. But it's this weird thing where it's like he wants to hold on to that, but he still loves his kids.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's sad.
So it's not like he's just shunning me. It's not like he's like, oh, I'm not going to talk to you guys. It's like he wants to have a relationship, but at the same time, he's holding on to this hope that he knows deep down inside isn't true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So for me, that's the hard part. The hard part isn't so much, how anybody in family might treat me, but it's like I know my dad's story more now than what I did when I was in. And I feel for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm
Yeah.
at peace with where I'm at. I know where I stand. I know what I know. But it's just it's hard because one of the things I told myself when I left, I was like, it sounds backwards, but I don't want to wake up anybody. And I say that because
Mm-hmm.
you have to wake up yourself, for
Mm-hmm.
one.
Right. Agreed.
Number two, it's a terrifying experience.
Mm-hmm.
I want people to know what's true, but I don't want anybody to know all these feelings that all of us went through when we realized it's not true. It's awful. It's
Mm-hmm.
awful.
Right. They
And
And
need that
I
guided
don't want
exit.
to I don't want to be the person to push somebody off that cliff. If they want to jump, they can. I'll be there for them. But yeah, it's like my dad. I just have to I have to leave him be. I have to leave him be. I'm at peace with myself, but I feel for him.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
it's
Jeff,
not so much being
oh,
shunned. Go ahead. Go ahead.
sorry.
I'm
No, I was
saying.
gonna say a lot of them they don't want to feel like that's a huge investment.
Yeah.
Imagine a savings account you had for 50 years, 40 years, and all of a
Hmm.
sudden it's gone and it was fake money.
Yeah.
That would mess you up. That'll mess you up, man. And to think I spent all this time and years and I know it's not true. That's that's heavy. That's heavy, man.
Yeah. And like
I,
I know, I mean, he doesn't know I know, but like there's certain things that I've found out through the years where it's like, okay, this guy's he probably he probably realizes he's awake, but doesn't want to face it looking in the mirror.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Let
Well,
me
you know what?
let
Oh,
me
sorry, I'm
ask you
sorry.
something. Let me ask you something. Like you say, you don't want like the responsibility of waking somebody up because of how it feels for you. That made me think of um did anybody ever feel like the weight of like it's your responsibility to bring all these people into the truth?
Oh, yeah.
At
Yeah.
first,
Mm.
Yeah. At first, yeah, you want to tell everybody.
Yeah.
Because it's like you don't want to be blood guilty, you know. So
Exactly.
I can if in comparison to that feeling, like I can get what you're saying. I say too, because my husband was like when I was learning and I was making him sit down and watch these videos and be like, look what they said, you know, and all this stuff. And he's like, won't you tell that friend I met, you know, recently met up with, won't you tell this person, that person? And I'm just like, nah. Like kind of I guess what you're saying, like Jeff, I didn't want that burden or responsibility. Now,
Mm-hmm.
if somebody find my channel and they see value in the content or it validates something they was thinking, that's different. But I don't think I would go on a mission to wake people up, because people will wake up when they're ready to wake up. And I,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can make nobody wake up.
Wait,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So wait, can I put in my 2 cents?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I hear what you're saying, but I also have to disagree. Um, Me personally, I feel like, I mean, but this is me personally, right? I feel like the minute I woke up, I was like, oh shit, maybe I was destined, maybe this was all destined for a reason. Like,
Right.
why me, not one of my brothers, or why not my mom? Why me, right?
Hmm.
And I have the type of personality, I don't care. Like, I've never been popular as a witness because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have the personality to be like everybody else, right?
Hmm.
So I don't care if people are going to shun me or whatever, but I feel like it was I feel like I had to put everybody on my back and save the day, on some Harry Tubman shit, you know. But yeah, I feel like I had to. I feel like
Hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
had to say something. I couldn't
Hmm.
just keep my mouth shut. And of course, it backfired. But at least I could sleep at night. At least when I die, I'm like, oh shit. At least I'm dying knowing that I did my part.
Yeah.
And see,
What?
Jerron, like
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we have a lot in common as far as how we see things, but I think the approach is a little bit different. And I think it might be our situation
Mm,
because to me, like I want to be that person that can help somebody that needs to get out or wants to get out. But to me, part of the reason, like I'm just as far as my status, like officially, is I'm inactive. Like I
mm,
stopped going to meetings. I moved like what 300 miles away. So I'm away. But at the
Right.
same time, like part of the advantage to me of being just inactive is if somebody does start having questions, they need somebody to talk to. Maybe
Right.
they know somebody who's not going to the meetings, but they need somebody they can go to without feeling that wall of being like disfellowshipped or disassociated.
yeah, but that
You
could
know,
be a setup too. But Jeff, that could be a setup too.
what
Somebody's
for me?
witnesses, oh, I haven't seen him at the meeting.
Yeah,
Let me
I
see
mean,
how he's doing.
but you know what? If you've been out for a while, you know how they think, and for the most part, you can sniff it out.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
Mm-hmm.
you can sniff it out. And like I said, I'm I'm 300 miles from the next person that I know.
Mm. You got
Right.
witnesses on social media?
Yeah, and so it's the same thing as T. It seems like where it's like I might know these people and they might hit like or just hit a like on the story I share, whatever like that. But I don't really interact with people. Um,
Mm.
there's one not like we're thinking out loud. There's one person specifically that I knew, and the last time I spoke with him, I could tell he was he had some things going on in his mind. And when the time is right, we'll reconnect. I'm sure. But
Mm.
other than him, I really have no desire to see who's doing what. If they want to reach
Mm.
out to me, I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel you, Jeff. The horrible feeling when you leave. It was horrible. However, to me, it's almost like I look at it as if somebody needs some help getting out and I can help them, I will. I will. That's one reason I do the YouTube too and Instagram and just being more public about it. Um, but what I was gonna say, the pain, how you felt, I feel like it's like a purge, somebody getting somebody off dope. It's like they
Hmm.
gotta go through them
Mm.
sweats and stuff, and they gotta get it
Yeah.
out their system, and then they can be
Yeah.
free of it. So I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
though it
Yeah.
hurts, it's needed in order to like break through into your real, whoever you are, whoever you want to be. You can be that
Hmm.
now. And
Hmm.
that's just how I see it. That's all. But I
Yeah.
see both perspectives though. But I definitely want to help people if I can.
But I
Anybody
think
who's going to get up out of
so,
there.
so for me, there's a little bit of personal experience in my attitude toward it as well because as I was waking up, there was a family member I knew who was inactive, and everybody in the family knew like he stopped going to meetings. Nobody knew really why, but they knew he was. So, anyways, on a road trip because I did a lot of road trips, I meet up with him and we chat, just regular conversation. And I was in a state of mind where it's like I'm not going to talk to you about the meetings. I don't care. Like, that's not why I'm here with you. But anyways, we have the conversation. We probably start talking about politics or social issues, whatever. But anyways, fast forward, I end up waking up, I end up leaving. And he was one of the first people that I called. I said, hey, you know what? Like, I left. And I go down the line and all this stuff I found out, blah, blah, blah. And he tells me, he's like, you know what? Like, I didn't tell you at the time, but when we met up, I can tell that you were waking up. And that's kind of where I stand, because I put myself in this other person I know, this other guy I'm talking, friend I have. We're talking and talking and talking, and just by the way he's mentioning things or expressing concerns or certain things he doesn't talk about, things he doesn't care about. Like, in my mind, I'm like, this guy doesn't know it, but he's going to end up out. He's going to end up leaving. So to me, it's like, do I want to be the person that says something to put up this firewall? Or do I want to be the person when he does leave to say, hey, I knew you were on this path. I'm here for you on the other side.
Mhm.
And like, there's a spot for everybody in this community. And that's kind of where I feel I fit in.
Yeah.
Nice.
See, the
Nice.
side I want to be on. I want to be on the side. I want to say, "I told you so, bitch." I told you so. That's the side I want to be on. I mean, not in a haughty way, but I want to be able to say, "Hey, I warned you 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I told you, right? You didn't listen, so you have to learn the hard way, didn't you?" Right?
Hi, Steve.
So,
That's funny.
Hey,
so
Ruby.
Steve wanted to share an experience. So
What else, Steve?
Hey,
Hey,
Steve.
Oh, hey, Jeff. How are you guys?
What's going on?
Good.
What's up, Steve?
All right, all right. Yeah, about a year ago. I'm going to preface this. This is my first time on a live or any kind of JW experience. This is my first time getting on a camera for this.
Yay, Steve.
Welcome.
Bro.
Scary with that. Not much-
I feel honored.
Yeah, so I obviously I'm born and raised in New Jersey, and I was really good friends with this sister growing up, and she got married, and me and her husband became really good friends. He became an elder, and after I faded during COVID, and when I left, I got a text message from him randomly. I haven't talked to him in like 2 years, and he just randomly hit me up and said, "Hey, you want to get together at a restaurant or something? You want to go out to grab a drink or something?" I was like, part of me was like, is he trying to spook me out, trying to see where I'm at mentally, spiritually? So I thought about it, talked to my wife, and I was like, you know what? I was good friends with him, and he never was that kind of like pushy elder who was always, trying to push spiritual things. He had like a cool side to him where he would go play basketball. We would go play basketball. We would do all kinds of stuff. And so I was like, all right, I'll meet up with him at a restaurant. Entire time we spoke, I was waiting for him to say, so how's the family doing? You guys working through issues? You trying to come back to the organization or anything? But no, he kept it, even treated me to the meal. And it always puzzled me. I was like, is he out? And I was thinking of texting him at some point and just checking in with him, say, hey, how's the family doing? But I haven't spoken to him in quite a while. But it was just some elders, I expected to hear from him at some point. Maybe he was just trying to get me comfortable, and then the next time he would reach out and say, hey, you know what, let's figure out. There are some elders out there that are really cool. They might be in a position of an elder, but they're not at all like that at all. So it was a very odd experience. And yeah, I purged my entire JW friends that I used to have on social media in the last year. So I have not a single person that has reached out to me. And actually, it's funny, before I left, my family I've been estranged from my family since 2022. So before I even fully left, my family was acting kind of funny. So it's just me and a family now. So that's my experience. Just a little portion of it.
You're
Okay.
lucky. You're lucky
Yeah.
to find an elder like that. That is the exception. because
Right.
most of them would chew you up, spit you out, and report you to your congregation. So you're very lucky with that one.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, there's not too many like that. So definitely gotta, like I said, it's I've been debating and I haven't really done anything, but I've been debating of reaching out to him and trying to see where his head is at still. But like I said, it's been a busy 2 years just trying to take care of the family. But yeah, no,
Mhm.
everybody's experience tonight is very encouraging. Good,
Appreciate it,
solid community.
Steve.
Absolutely.
So how do you
Mm.
feel now, Steve? Like, does your family shun you, or do you still have some connections, or do you actually have connections on the outside where you're okay? You know, like you're safe, you're emotionally safe, um, and this community too. Like, how has these types of forums have helped you?
Oh yeah, no. Tim and Jeron definitely been some good peoples. My first XJW meetup was actually this past summer down in Atlanta with Wake and Trues, Jevin and Alexis and Kirby and
Oh,
I was privileged to be able to attend the Vegas meetup this past
Mm.
September. So ever since that meetup, those two meetups, I've been full steam. Just trying to get as much content as I possibly can, and trying to trying to foster. We have a WhatsApp chat that really is just helps us all. Go through. We're all going through stuff. We can just spit some information on the chat, and somebody
Oh,
get it.
Steve. Wait. That's only for apostates that do more than 20 hours out in service. That's for all apostates. For certain apostates. All right?
That's facts. That's facts. That's absolutely true.
Oh God, we start.
Jeron, you stupid, dog. He's-
Once a Kobe, always a Kobe.
Oh.
I feel like
Oh no.
I'm in unassigned territory. There's nobody like I'm in
Oh,
northern New
man.
Mexico. That's way out there. But there's
And
somebody who moved into town a couple months back who's an ex-witness who found me, and that's the only person here in the community.
Mm.
yeah,
Mm.
my
I,
experience.
huh?
Sir, go ahead.
No, I'm just. It's like it's disconnected. It's. Hold on. Am I in? Oh, I think I'm in.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, we can hear
No,
you.
so
Mm.
it's kind of so like yeah, just part of my waking up was through COVID, and then I moved in the middle of COVID, so I was able to distance myself on Zoom and then distance myself physically, and like there, it's kind of weird because it's like you wake up and you have all this stuff to unload, and like where I live, nobody knows anything about witnesses. I mean, they know
But
a little bit, but like not like because I was in New York for a while too, and then other big cities. Like people that are familiar with it.
Mm-hmm.
Here, it's
Jeff,
just kind of like a novelty. So when people start hearing the crazy stories, it's like I don't know. It's hard when you don't really have somebody to connect with directly. Which the community online's been helpful, but it's nice to have somebody in town now.
Jeff, question. Jeff,
Yeah.
has any elders reached out to you since you've been inactive, or has anybody reached out at all?
So this, I mean, I faded about as good as you can possibly fade. So I moved
Okay.
in the middle of COVID. They were asking for my time for a while. And then after a while, they just stopped asking for my field service time.
And no, but nothing else. Hey, how you doing? Nothing.
And then I've been pretty much forgotten about.
Wow.
I've been pretty much forgotten
So much
about.
brotherly love.
It's
What's
Yeah.
that?
so
Agape love, huh?
I mean,
Wow. Mm-hmm.
it's good and bad. Like I take the positive with it because I realize I got off a lot easier than a lot of people have.
Mm.
But there's still little things that kind of mess with my head too. I'll tell you, like like I didn't purge all the people that I knew, so it does kind of mess with your head. Like if you see somebody post something about like best life ever,
Mm-hmm.
or like it's like, come on,
That's
just
Yeah.
little things like that.
Yeah.
And like there's one person specifically I know. We were really good friends, Um, and like this person specifically fascinates me, absolutely fascinates me, because he's he's like a school principal now. He was an educator. He has all these degrees, so it's like all this stuff he had to get to as far as education. We were talking about his kids, and he's proud that his son has like critical thinking skills and all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, I see like how you're living, and I know how you think, but you don't realize what you're in. Like,
Right?
so I don't say anything to him. I'm waiting for the day where because he tried reaching out to me a couple times, and it just, it was just, we didn't quite connect. But I'm like, I'm waiting for the day where he reaches out. We have a conversation, and he asks me about the meetings. I'm waiting for that moment. I'll be like, dude, I've been inactive. I haven't been to a meeting in years.
And it's like, how do you not know? How do you not know it's a cult? Like, some of these people are intelligent.
Dude, he is a principal. He would talk to me about all kinds of like things regarding psychology. Like, he's like, yeah, like this psychology thing. And like, he had a job where he was working with high risk kids, and he had to use like psychology and use like, psychological methods and whatever. It's like, dude, you're like legit intelligent. You understand how the mind works.
Hey T, I have two things. Before I forget, I wanted to tell you this. So the first thing was about your question about if any of us have any like JW friends on social media. Number one thing, there is no such thing as a JW friend. It does not exist.
Facts.
No such thing.
Facts on top of facts on top of facts.
If they're a friend, that means they're gonna wake. They're awake.
Well, maybe because it could be 50-50 because they could be using you trying for time and trying to convert you back. That's the only reason.
No, I mean, if they're an actual friend, that means they know what you know.
Right. Well,
I will defend my friend that's a kind of inactive. He don't go to meetings. I can talk to him about all the stuff I don't believe and all that. We have conversations about it. He show up sometimes. He don't really feel with it, but I do feel like that's somebody. If I really was down and out, he'll be there. He calls and checks on me sometimes, and I can say that about him. I'll just say that one. I know everybody's situations is different and things like that.
It sounds like he's gonna end up leaving.
Right.
I believe he would, but for his family. And that's the thing that keeps people in, the family ties. So his wife, his kids, his mom, his dad, his mom and dad were inactive for like 25, 30 years. And then they got back in and they've been going hard for like 5, 6 years now. And it's like a lot of them, they for that family ties, they'll just stay in.
Yeah.
They don't want to lose those. They'll stay fake because those relationships, they can't imagine losing those relationships. So they just kind of become complacent.
You see, I get that, Tim, to a certain degree. I get that, right? But I'm the type of person, real is more important than blood to me. Because I'm not going to be fake just to keep blood that don't really love me.
Right.
Because I could be doing that right now in an alternate universe, which is the universe, the life I'm living right now. I would be thinking, would these people really love me if I was real to them? And look at this shit.
No.
So they really don't love me. So why would I be fake? That's me.
Right. It's just a waste of time.
Well,
and the second thing, T, is said that you can't really force somebody to wake up. That I have personally have had the opposite effect. I was forced to wake up. And that's how I know it is possible. It does take a lot of work, a lot of force. And if somebody is willing to take the time and the energy to force somebody up, I think that's one of the most strongest, probably the boldest, courageous, stance that somebody can take. But it is possible. And I think that also shows a lot of real love, because if you have a loved one, like a spouse, and you sit them down, because that's exactly what happened to me. He had to sit me down and force me to think, to read, to research. And we were not going to get up from this conversation until I understood. It took a lot of anger, resentment, tears, it took a lot, but it
Mm.
is possible because over his dead body was he going to allow me to indoctrinate his children? And there's no other way to do that except to do what he had to do. Unfortunately, he had to go the hard way, and he had to like mentally beat it out of me. And it took a lot because he knew that if he didn't do that, I would continue going to meetings, even if I didn't believe in it, even like exactly what we just described of all of these people who are like 50-50, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. That I was gonna do that just for the
Hmm.
sake of status, communication, and the family ties. And he knew that I would do that because both of our families are all JWs. There's nobody on the outside that we can lean on, really. So
Yeah,
he had to
but
force me to wake up.
yeah, but I think you say force, but it still had to be something inside you that was willing. Because I think Tim can say he probably felt like he was trying to force his wife to wake up, but it's
And
something,
it didn't work.
and
That
it
didn't
didn't
work.
work. So
Mm-mm.
it had to be something, whether it was your, intense love for your husband, and it's like you looking at
Oh
him and
no.
he's saying, I don't want the kids. It had to be something that you was willing, as you say, for him to force the waking up, into you. Something had to be there, whether you can pinpoint it now or not.
Yeah.
But
No, you're right. You're right. You're right. Because I was already, I was already emotionally detaching. I didn't want to go, but I was going because I thought it was my parental duty to teach my child.
right.
So
Yeah.
you see, and that was he was trying to break that out of me. But I was
Hmm.
very angry. I was it, and he would literally force me. Like he would pick me up from meetings early, or he would say, get out of here, come outside right now, because there's children involved. So I
Yeah.
couldn't really fight it. Um, and I was very angry about that too. I felt like he was
Hmm.
taking away my right or my
Yeah.
authority or something, like I'm trying to teach my child about God, So that's a
Hmm.
very powerful feeling. So
Yeah.
he really had to uh, force me in that sense, because if it wasn't for that, I would still go, even though I didn't want to be a witness, but I was
Mm.
determined to teach my child. And that's
Yeah.
what's dangerous.
Yeah.
Is that we
Yeah.
think that's the right thing to do. So he really had to do a psychological switch and it took a long time. I'm telling you, it was a lot of arguments, a lot of bitterness. I resented him for years because I felt
Hmm.
like it's your fault. My family don't talk to me. It's your
Right.
fault they kicked me out, because if I would have just played by the rules and everything would have been fine. So it
Right.
really did break us apart for a very long time. Like I felt emotionally separated for a very long time because I resented that.
Yeah.
But that's what essentially continued the awakening process, because if it wasn't for that, like Jeron said, they wouldn't really love me if I was real, if I told them how I
Hmm.
truly felt or what I thought. But if
Right.
I would have just I would have faked it till I made it, because I don't want that smoke, and I didn't. I wanted to keep my family. I didn't want any of what happened to me. So when it happened to me, it was a lot of bitterness and
Mm.
resentment. But he didn't care about that because his children were more important than me, basically. And
Yeah.
I respect that now, because if
Hmm.
it wasn't for that, I would have not woken up. And I probably would have done the same thing. If he was taking my kid to the Kingdom Hall, we would have had a fight. Like I would throw hands if I had to, because over
Yeah.
Yeah.
my dead body, are you gonna bring my kid to a pedophile filled Kingdom Hall?
Right.
Like
Right.
it's that serious. So
Yeah.
now I understand that, but it is a lot of mental
It's a
anguish
lot. It's a
and a
lot.
lot of depression. It's a lot
Yeah.
Yeah.
that comes out of that. But 10 years later, I'm still here. I'm still alive. We're still talking about it. It is just like it is an accomplishment, even though you went through all that pain. It was
Yeah.
painful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
Hey,
painful.
can I
All
ask for?
right.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
You want to say something real quick, Jerron? Because I'm just
Oh, yeah.
looking at time. I'm trying to
Oh yeah.
respect
Oh yeah.
all the people on the East Coast. It's 10 o'clock now. And
Oh yeah.
I don't want people being,
Yeah.
you know,
I'll be
groggy
trying to be
trying to
real
get
quick.
to work. Yeah.
I'll be
So
real quick.
go ahead. I'll let you make the last point.
Okay. So just piggybacking from what Ruby was saying, how I love how my grandfather. That's what I love this about him. When he said
Mm-hmm.
when he was a believer, right? He left the cult, but when he wasn't, he said his two the fellowship kids, my father and my aunt. He said he shunned them, even when there was a fellowship. He never shunned them. He said, why would I allow 8 men in upstate New York that I never met before to tell me what to do with my family?
Mm-hmm.
And that never makes more sense to me than
Oh man.
You just dropped
Oh.
off.
Oh.
Hey T, can I make one more comment real quick? I'll make it 30 seconds.
Yes. I just want to respect. I
30
know
seconds or
Tim.
less, brother Dre.
Yeah, 30 seconds or less. Hand me the
Yeah,
mic. Hand me the mic.
Tim on the East Coast. I know
Yeah.
people in the chat on the East Coast. But go ahead,
I'm
Steve.
on the East
Yeah.
Coast. Yeah, no, piggybacking off of what Ruby said earlier, I followed an activist. His name is Jack Gray. He broke down about when a person actually physically wakes up, what psychologically happens, and the pain on the inside has to be more powerful than being on the outside. So when you think about that, if you're comfortable inside, you have all your friends and you have all your relatives. Once it becomes more painful to be on the inside than it is on the outside, that's when you're psychologically your brain activates and you like, you know what, I need to be on the outside. That's really,
Mhm.
it's hard. It's hard. It happens differently for every single person. Not a single person that wakes up exactly at the same time as the next person. So I just want
Mhm.
to point that out real quick.
No, that was a good
Mhm.
point. Good point. Yeah. All right. Any last parting words? Like I said, I want to respect people's time. It's Sunday. Folks got to go to work tomorrow.
not me.
I did want to say to Ruby, Jeff, and anybody else, Ruby, you were talking earlier about, her mom, like that, is a loss that you've accepted.
Mhm.
When it goes back to what we talking about, being real, being authentic. When you're being who you really are, and you know who you are, or you're learning who you are, and you're being real, you're everything will happen the way it's supposed to. But there are no losses. I just call them lessons. They're just
Yeah.
life
Yes.
lessons. There's
Yep.
no losses. It's lessons, because when you're in alignment, and I'm not with no kind of religion or no kind of certain one way of belief, but we do live in a universe. I'll just say that, and everything has nature laws of nature and attraction, whatever you want to call it. And when you are being you, things will line up the way they say supposed to. So, like your godmother, you know how your biological mother, but you got your godmother. That's the one who replaced it. So
Yep.
everything will be provided for you when you being you.
Yep.
Right.
Right.
Point.
What you give is what you give, right? There we
Mm.
go. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Any? All right. Is that it? This has been bigger and better than I could have ever imagined. This is Steve first time
Thanks to
coming on
Jehovah.
live.
Thanks to Jehovah.
The
Thank
Holy
you so
Spirit
much
was
for
flowing
having
up
me,
in here.
Key.
The Holy
Oh,
So
Spirit was flowing with us tonight.
yeah, so that was pretty cool. So I'm happy about that. Um, and thank you for sharing your stories. Thank you for coming up.
me,
And
guys.
I'm glad that people are finding value in this format. And thank you to Jeron and Tim for agreeing to do this on a semi-regular basis. So
Oh, boy.
I definitely appreciate that. So let's see. Yes, Tim, I know that's right. Okay. So
It's
yeah, if if that's it, y'all, I did have one last thing. One last thing. If you gotta go, I understand, y'all. Um
Wait, T, you want me to conclude in prayer or are you going
no, not
what's the closing song?
yet. All right,
Oh, boy.
SB. All right, Born.
But I was going to say,
One.
just real quick to Steve,
Yes,
if
sir.
because I was in like New York, New Jersey, Staten Island. If you were anywhere near that area, like look for me on like Instagram or Facebook or whatever.
I actually
I'm
sent
not-
you an Instagram. I sent you a Facebook request when I
oh,
saw you.
well then I'll find you.
Yeah, I, I'm in Pennsylvania now, but I'm like literally from Staten Island. I'm only like an hour, a little over an hour, hour and a
All
half.
right, Staten, Tucky.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll have to get him, and then Jeron too.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'm a while
Okay.
from you, but yeah.
I'm
No,
a
Miss
wild.
because yeah,
Sandra,
bro.
Sandra.
yeah.
So I just wanted to ask this one last question. I see people are they signing off. I know people gotta go to bed. I had not heard of these people. Awaken Truth did a video and I watched it. I had never heard of these people, but
Oh, Desmond
Christy,
Scott.
Sarah, and Desmond
Oh
Scott
yeah, me too. I
is
never heard
like,
of them too.
I had never heard of them, but I guess they are Jehovah Witnesses, and I guess they are like super popular, I guess, on TikTok or in the social space. And so like everybody is talking about it. And I just happened to be on one of my favorite channels, Queen Sheba. Shout out to Queen Sheba. And this was one of the hot topics she was talking about. And somebody chimed in because Queen Sheba lets people come up and speak. And they were it was somebody who said that they went to school, I think, with Christy, but was given a little bit of like JW background, like why they got together so young, because of the JW beliefs and stuff like that. So, if y'all, I was just wondering, was I the only one who did not have a clue who this couple was?
Ah, I didn't know
Me
who they
too. Me
were.
too. Me
I
So,
just
too.
learned about them. They are popular. I knew about the Chrissy Sarah girl first.
okay,
Um, through my wife's Instagram or algorithms or whatever. She would send
okay,
stuff to me, so I knew it like that. But I never knew they was witnesses until recently. And then
mm,
I think ain't they getting divorced or something?
yes,
Yeah.
that's why. That's
Yeah.
why they was like
Okay.
all up in, I was like, who are these people? So go to show you that,
Mm.
it's a lot of people out here, and maybe when you have money, you don't necessarily get, pats on the hand for being, worldly and ambitious and making money and all this kind of stuff. I don't know. But it'll be interesting to, I guess, kind of follow that hot topic and see if any JW things come up on other people's platforms. So I was just
Mm.
wondering if it was just me.
Nah.
Yeah. Okay. RC said nope, didn't know about them. I don't do TikTok. Yeah, I think they popular on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TikTok,
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Well, you know
Shorty,
what's funny, T? So I'm sorry.
yeah.
I feel like and somebody else said this, and I do agree about this in regards to that couple
Mm-hmm.
because they're popular. Popular Jehovah's Witnesses can get away with stuff like what's her name, the tennis player.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
Serena.
I
Uh,
was.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
any other witness that was crip dancing on stage with a skirt like that, showing that much skin. Come on,
Uh,
stop. They would have been the fellowship. But oh,
Yeah.
it's the Williams sister. She's a millionaire celebrity.
Yeah.
So this
Mm-mm.
couple, they're celebrities. So who knows? They may get a
are they
slap on the
active
wrist.
witnesses?
Yeah, I heard. I heard. That's what I heard.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, that they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an
Yeah.
abomination.
Yeah. So just in case you all start, seeing, I guess, XJW creators speak about it. Like I said, I hadn't. I was like, let me see who they talking about. I didn't know who they was, So I just
Mm.
thought maybe they was doing a story kind of not XJW related. So once I watched it, I was like, oh wow. And then I saw all of the non XJW, creators that I follow talking about it. So I was like, ain't this something? Yeah, Venus just got
Mhm.
married. Yep, so
Yeah,
did.
that's just sick because it would there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you can be an influencer, you could be on the internet, that's fine. But it
Mm.
becomes wrong when the whole foundation of your religious cult
Hmm.
speaks against it. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
what makes you an abomination because you go against everything they teach and preach, and yet you call yourself one of them. That
Mm-hmm.
then you're really not one of them. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
where are they going to draw the line? They drew the line with us. They say you don't fit this mold, therefore you're kicked out. So where
Mm-hmm.
is their red line? Where
Yeah.
does it fall? And I don't even know where it does anymore. And that's how you know how messed up they are. It's really not a religion. It's just an organization. That's all it is,
Mm-hmm.
that ruins lives.
Yeah.
Once I start seeing the hammer come, even though I disagree with the religion, at least practice what you preach. Throw that hammer if you're gonna throw it. Do it because now you
Yeah.
actually mean what you say. But now you don't even mean what you say. you don't
Mhm.
even follow the same rules that you did with a generation ago, then I lost all
Mm.
respect. Even if you are a cult, I lost respect for it because there's
Mhm.
no consequences anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. Well,
see this club.
we're gonna end on that. All right, y'all. I
Have a good
enjoyed myself.
night.
And
No,
thanks so much
Sure,
for
peace.
everybody who came up and shared their story and contributions. Thanks to everybody in the chat for staying up late and everything. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
All right.
Peace.
All right.
Good night, guys.
See ya.